Hello students, welcome to PRS Math World. Today we are going to discuss more theorems and definitions on groups. So let us see finite group. Finite group means a group which contains finite number of elements, that is called finite group. That means it should be a group and at the same time it should be finite. So example, we are taking two elements minus 1 and 1 and under operation binary operation multiplication, then this is a group which is also called finite group. In the same way, we are taking 1 minus 1 I minus I. This is also one example which is a finite group under multiplication. At the same time, we are taking 1, 2, 3, 4 under multiplication modulo 5. It is also a group which is of finite group, because we know that any finite group like 1, 2, 3 and so on up to suppose n minus 1, it is obviously an abelian, means it is a group and also satisfies commutative property abelian under multiplication modulo n, when it is if and only if n is a prime number. For example, we are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, starts from 1. 0 you should not take, because for 0 in multiplication there is no inverse element. So you have to start from 1 and take any number of elements like 4 under multiplication modulo 5. What we need to think about this modulo n, where n is a prime number, then obviously it is a group. So in the same way, I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 under into 7. It is also a group because 7 is a prime number. In the same way, we are taking 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to some m minus 1. It is also an abelian under addition modulo m. M need not be prime, m may be any number, but you have to take from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to m minus 1. Then under addition modulo m, it is an abelian. For example, suppose I am taking 0, 1, 2, 3 under multiplication modulo 4. Then it is obviously a group and also abelian under addition modulo n. So similarly, infinite group. Infinite group means a number of elements in a group are infinite, then we can say it is an infinite group. So previously, finite group means it should be a group and it should contain only finite number of elements. In the same way, z plus z under addition, it is also a group. Which type of group? Infinite group, because number of integers are infinite, that's why it is an infinite group. Like q plus r under addition, it is also group, infinite group. Similarly, q star means non-zero rational numbers under multiplication, non-zero real numbers under multiplication. These are also groups. Which type of groups? They are infinite groups. In the same way, order of a group. Order of a group means number of elements in the group. For example, we have to take any group, either it may be finite or infinite. So I am taking here, this is a finite group which contains 1, 2, 3, 4 number of elements. So order of this group is 4. When we can say order means it should be a group. Suppose only we are taking one set which is not a group, we can't say it is an order. When we can say if it is a group, then only we have to count the number of elements in that group. If it is finite, then write that finite number, otherwise the order is infinite. Now let us see one theorem. Prove that in a group A inverse whole inverse equals to A for all A belongs to G. That means we are taking one group, first of all G is a group, and we are taking one element from group A. Then we know that in a group means it should contain 4 properties. So we can say for every element there must exist some inverse element. So we are writing the inverse property A belongs to G. There exists A inverse belongs to G such that A into A inverse equals to E, which is equals to A inverse into A. So this is the inverse property. A is in group, that's why A should contain inverse element. So what we can say, A inverse is the inverse of A. So how you can write in words? Inverse of A is A inverse. At the same time, A inverse is the inverse of A. For example, I am taking 2 and 1 by 2. These are mutually inverse elements. So 1 by 2 is the inverse of 2 and 2 is the inverse of 1 by 2. In the same way, the inverse of A is A inverse in the sense, obviously the inverse of A inverse is also A. So how you can represent in notation? This is in words. Inverse of A inverse, that is inverse of A inverse, which is equals to A, which is equal to A. Hence, we can prove. It is important for short answer question. Another theorem. Prove that in a group G, is abelian if and only if AB whole inverse equals to A inverse into B inverse. What we discussed in the previous video, actually AB whole inverse equals to B inverse into A inverse. This is by socks and shoes property, but if G is a group, then we can say B inverse into A inverse, but G is also abelian, then we also write A inverse into B inverse. Let us see the proof. G is a group that is given. If it is abelian, then you have to satisfy this condition. If it is abelian means, first of all, what we need to prove, this we need to prove, where AB we are taking from G if and only if G is an abelian. Suppose let us consider G is an abelian. G is an abelian means it is obviously a group, means only it need to satisfy commutative property. That is, AB belongs to G implies AB equals to BA. So by using this condition we can prove this one. So AB whole inverse equals to this value. This AB inverse element is this. So how you can write? Already I said previously, A into B equal to E. When we can say A inverse equals to B. If A inverse equals to B, then we can say this 2 product is equals to identity element. So to prove AB whole inverse equals to this value, then what we need to prove? AB into A inverse B inverse must be identity element, like this. So to prove this, just consider AB into A inverse B inverse. What we need to prove? Which is equals to E. So by taking this value, already it is given abelian. Abelian in the sense AB equals to BA. So similarly we can say it is abelian in the sense A inverse B inverse equals to B inverse A inverse. Again by associative property we can write B into B inverse into A inverse. Again by inverse property, B into B inverse is nothing but E. Again by identity property, A into E is equals to A. Again A into A inverse equals to E, which is equal to E. So AB into A inverse B inverse equals to E. Similarly we can take this into this is also equals to E. So any 2 numbers product is equals to E in the sense one is the inverse of another element. So AB inverse is equals to this one. So AB inverse equals to A inverse B inverse. So by taking G is an abelian, we proved that AB whole inverse equals to A inverse B inverse. In the same way we are taking conversely if and only if condition, that is we are taking this one and we need to prove G is an abelian. So by taking this one, so already I said A inverse equals to some B means what we can write, A into B equals to E. So this inverse equals to this element in the sense AB into this is equals to E. So obviously one element is the inverse of another element means that inverse is the element of first element. So A inverse whole inverse is also equal to B, like this. A B equals to E in the sense A is the inverse of B means obviously B is the inverse of A, right? So A inverse B inverse whole inverse are also equal to AB. So by socks and shoes property, what we can say, AB whole inverse equals to B inverse into A inverse. So we are writing B inverse whole inverse into A inverse whole inverse. Already we proved that B inverse whole inverse equals to B, A inverse whole inverse equals to A. So right side we are taking AB as it is. So BA equals to AB, this is the condition for G is abelian. So what we can say, if G is abelian, then this condition is proved, and when you are taking this condition, then we can prove G is an abelian. One more similar theorem which is also important one. Prove that in a group G, AB whole inverse equals to A square B square if and only if AB equals to BA. AB equal to BA in the sense it is abelian. If abelian, then this condition, if this condition, then abelian. So similar to previous theorem. So let G be a group that we have to take, and take 2 elements from G, and to prove this if and only if it is an abelian. So in case 1 we are taking this condition and we need to prove AB equals to BA. So take this condition and we need to prove AB equals to BA. So by taking this condition, AB whole square, A square in the sense we can write A into A. In the same way AB whole square means AB into AB. In the same way A square means A into A, B square is B into B. Again by associative property we can write B into A into B. Here also by associative A into B into B. Again by left cancellation law, A gets cancelled and we can write this one and we can write only this part. Again by right cancellation law, we can write BA here, here AB. So when you are taking AB whole square equals to A square B square, and we have proved that AB equals to BA, which is a condition for G is an abelian. In the same way, we are taking AB equals to BA and we need to prove this condition. For that, consider the left side value, and this can be written as AB into AB. Again by associative property like this we can write, and what is given, AB equals to BA is given. So substitute here AB equals to BA. Again by taking associative property, AB into AB, by BA equals to AB we are writing here. Now A into A, B into B. A into A is nothing but A square, B into B is nothing but B square. So we are proved AB whole square equals to A square B square, if and only if A into B equals to B into A. In another case we can also write AB whole square equals to A square B square, if and only if G is an abelian. Like this also we can tell. Next theorem, prove that G is a group with the property that square of every element is identity. This, by using this condition we need to prove G is an abelian. So see, G is a group that is given square of every element is identity. Suppose I am taking one element, then that square of that element is identity. This condition is given. So A square equals to E, then what we need to prove? G is an abelian. So to prove G is an abelian, G is an abelian means we need to prove AB equals to BA for all AB belongs to G. Now by taking this condition, given condition, what we can write, A square equals to E means A into A equals to E. So any number into another number is equals to E means this number is the inverse of this number. So here A into A is equals to E in the sense A is the inverse of itself, isn't it? So simply we can write A inverse is equals to A. In the same way I am taking B belongs to G. Similarly what we can write, B by given condition B square equals to E. B square equals to E means B into B equals to E. So B is the inverse of B. So B inverse is B. Now to prove AB equals to BA. Now see, for all AB belongs to G, obviously A into B is also belongs to G. So by given condition, AB whole square equals to what? Any element belongs to G means that square is equals to identity element. So that square is equals to identity element. So what we can say, AB is the inverse of itself. So AB whole inverse equal to AB. So but by socks and shoes property what we can say, B inverse into A inverse. Write this. Again B inverse is nothing but B by given condition. Also A inverse equals to A by using given condition. That is every number is inverse of itself, that is given. So here right side as it is. So AB equals to BA in the sense G is abelian. So for all A belongs to G, if A square is equal to E, then we can say G is an abelian.